Hi everybody, I'm Kamantu, and in this video I'm going to show you a new episode of 3D Printing Basics, in which I'm going to show you how to invert a stepper motor's direction. You would want to do that if a motor is turning the wrong way. For example, you just assembled a kit and one of the axes is going the wrong way, or you upgraded the firmware or whatever. I changed the extruder of my FL-Sun-Cube 3D printer and now the filament passes by the gear wheel on the other side. So the motor has to turn the other way to advance the filament. There are two easy methods of inverting a stepper motor direction, namely the hardware and the software way. Both are relatively simple to do and you can choose either of them, depending what's easier for you. Many printers today run on an open source firmware, for example Marlin. In the case of the FL-Sun-Cube, I flashed Marlin recently there. The main advantage of a firmware that's open is that you can configure whatever you like. You can just recompile, put it on a printer, and now the printer works with the new settings. You want to choose this method if you have access to the source code of the current setup. Because if not, and you just flash a new Marlin there, for example, all of the other settings are gone and you need to reconfigure everything. To get an axis inverted, it's relatively simple to do, as you can find the appropriate settings in the configuration.h file. Just invert the desired axis value and you're ready to go. Recompile, upload, and if it's successful, you're done. If you may run into some errors, for example while uploading, you might want to turn on verbose logging in the preferences to get more information about the error. Once the upload finished, your steppers should turn the other way around and you're ready to go. There's also the hardware-based method to change the stepper motor direction. And you want to basically do that if you don't have access to the source code or don't want to flash the firmware, or I don't know, it's too complex for you, whatever. It basically works all the time and you can just keep your configuration. I had to do that, for example, on my Tronxy X1 printer, where I don't have any firmware flashed myself. It's still the stock Rapture. This method works with all stepper motors that are run bipolarly, and you can figure that out if it's just using 4 wires. If it runs all 6 wires, it doesn't work. Actually, all of my machines run the 4-wire setup, so I think yours will also. And all you need to do here is to get the plug unplugged and swap one pair of the wires around. So if it were to pull the motor anti-clockwise before, it will now push the motor clockwise. Alright, and that already concludes this episode of 3D Printing Basics. I hope that you liked it and especially found it helpful. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Also, let me know down in the comments if you should encounter any problems or want to see something specific. Have a nice day. Bye.